Are you more surprised that he retired or that he unretired?
I think I was a little more surprised that he retired, and it might have to do with why he's not retired now. And that is, Dan, he was playing as good a football as he has ever played. I mean, the tape shows it. The arm strength was certainly there. He led the league in passing. 5,316 yards, 43 touchdowns. Hell, they should have won that last game. He brought him back, down 24 or whatever it was. They tie it up with under a minute to go, and if not for some really bad defense down the stretch, the Rams kick the field goal and win. But if the Bucs win that game, they're hosting San Francisco, right? And maybe they go on and win the Super Bowl. And I think Tom realized that, and he said it. I mean, I don't know what unfinished business you could have, but he's found some, and I think that he just felt like when he gets to September, he's going to know he should be playing football. And that decision needed to be made, and it needed to be made, before today.
I wonder if he had won another Super Bowl this past year. That would have been the finality to this. That he's always going to have unfinished business unless he wins the Super Bowl. But then, that's where you want to come back because you just won the Super Bowl. So it never ends unless it's injury. But, he's healthy. And that's what I wonder about how he comes up with the now I'm ready to retire.
I don't know. And we talked about this when he did retire. The great ones are always the ones that don't know when to leave the party. The lights are on and the vacuum cleaners are going and they're still there at the bar. And, Tom Brady can still sling it. He can still do it. And he's taking a risk. Let's be honest. He could have walked away on top, maybe not after the confetti. I think the thought was they wouldn't win a Super Bowl in their first year, but maybe their second. And they kind of did it in reverse, right? But the fact is that, he could get hurt and we might, God forbid, he looks like Ben Roethlisberger at some point. I mean, these are all things we don't know what the last image of Tom Brady will be. We know what, how he played in the final game against the Rams last year, but we don't know how this is going to go. And so he's taking a risk, but it's a calculated one. And I think that he's pretty comfortable knowing the landscape of the NFC, especially the NFC South. They can absolutely win this division. But they have a brutal schedule. They play in Germany. They play a ton of playoff teams, Cincinnati, the Rams, Baltimore, all these teams. And it's going to be a tougher road this year. They go, it's not going to be easy for them for sure.